Hello, what's up, my YouTube family and friends? How y'all doing today? It's your girl Jackie R, living life abroad here in Merida, Mexico. Last week was a very interesting week for me. I have to admit that I have not been online as often as I usually am. I kind of took a little break. Two things was going on. Number one, I'm still in the process of my dental plan, and we entered into phase 6 last week, and I had dental surgery. I had some implants put in. I had 3 implants put in by my wonderful dentist, Dr. A, over at Dental here in Merida, Mexico. And so, if you want more information about the dentist that I use here in Mexico, go on out to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, which is, let me see if I can get the banner up here. Yes, the subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel at Jackie R Live Abroad, and you can get information about the wonderful dentists that I found here in Merida, Mexico. And so, yeah, that's some of the things that's been going on. Let me do this. As some of the things that's been going on. So I've been dealing with the implants put in, and so they've got to stay in for 3 months, and so that the implants confuse with the gums and the bone and become one, and then they go back and they add the crowns. And so I'm getting prepped and ready for next week where I get 3 more implants on the bottom. And so, yeah, it's been a long process, but I'm pleased with the results so far and the wonderful dentist that I have here in Merida. But I had to budget for that. I had to budget, even though in the United States, an implant can cost anywhere, one individual implant can cost anywhere from 3 to 6,000 daggone dollars. Okay, my dentist charged me $500 per implant. And so, yeah, if you go out to my let me see if I can pull up my YouTube channel just a minute here. You can go out there and see the video that I made about, let's go here, share this one. The video that I made about, where is it? Let's go to the videos here. And there it is right here. Cost for 6 dental implants, US versus Mexico. $36,000 in the US for 6 implants compared to $3,102 or $3,120 here in, did y'all see that? Add this to the stage. Did y'all see that? Let me see here. Wait, let me go over here and do it like this. Move that one. There it is. Okay. So you can go out to my YouTube channel and view this video right here. The cost for 6 dental implants, US versus Mexico. Again, $36,000 for 6 implants compared to $3,120 here in the here in Merida, Mexico. And so that's what's been going on. I have been on meds, the pain medication for the surgery that I had last week in my mouth. But at the same time, I met a woman from Morrow, Georgia, which is a city that I lived in for several years. I met her here in Merida, and we hung out this past week. We first went to Kokomo, Kokomo Club and Beach. That was a really nice experience. I met a nice, lovely couple, Dominique and Cliff, a young married couple. And so, yeah, there's also a video out there on my YouTube channel about Kokomo Beach. It was a very nice experience. And then on Sunday, yesterday, I went with Siobhan rather. Her name is Siobhan. Siobhan and I went to Casa Tho here in Merida, Mexico, where they had Sunday brunch and jazz, and so that was a great experience to experience jazz here because I love jazz, and so to experience jazz here in Mexico, that was a very nice outing. In Paseo Monteo, where a lot of the tourists hang out. So if you get an opportunity and you want Sunday brunch with jazz, check out my video about Sunday brunch and smooth jazz at Casa Tho. It's right there on the Jackie R Life Abroad YouTube channel. And while you're over there, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And when you watch the video, hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button. And if you want to leave me a comment, go ahead and leave me a comment. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate my current subscribers. And so let's get into today's video. It's Money Monday, and I count my money every Monday. And so last time, tip number one was to start a savings challenge. Set a specific goal to save a certain amount each week and watch your savings grow over time. I know my audience, which is 55 and up, some of you all are still working in your careers, looking forward to retiring in the next 5, 10 years. And so now would be a good time to start saving. So we talked about how you would save a certain percentage of every time you get paid, save some money so that you can grow your monies when you get ready to retire, or you want to become an expat and move to a different country. And so there is also a video that I made on the channel about Money Monday tip number one, starting a savings challenge. So go again, I am posting these videos on my YouTube channel so that you would have these resources available to you to go back to and view and then make plans, because it takes planning to move to another country, and it especially takes money. And so you want to make sure you are financially stable when you are thinking about moving abroad. Okay, so that was the first tip. And so today we're going to be talking about creating a budget. So now you're saving your money, and now you need a budget, especially if you're going to be moving overseas or moving to Mexico, or moving abroad. So let's talk about that today. So I'm going to add this to the stage. So now listen. Planning to move abroad in retirement. Are you planning to move abroad in retirement? How long you been planning? The last 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? I'm giving you these tips because I had to plan for my move to Mexico. And so what I'm sharing with you are things that I've already experienced. And I want you to trust me in these things that you're going to need if you are considering moving abroad. And even if you're not considering moving abroad, you still need to be financially stable if you decide to remain in the United States. It's a whole bunch of shiggity going on in the US right now, and really you need money. This is a monetary system. We live in a monetary society where currency, paper money, is necessary. Is necessary. So if you're planning to move abroad, a well-structured budget is key to maintaining financial stability while enjoying your new lifestyle. That's why I count my money every Monday to make sure that I am on the right track. So I've got a budget. I've got a budget here. You can see, maybe you can't see it, maybe it's a little small, but I'll have this available for you to download once you go out to my YouTube channel. I'll have a link for you to download this document, and that way you'll have it for yourself. And so it talks about this is a sample monthly budget because for some of you it's going to take more, maybe for some of you it might take less, but this is a sample. So let's talk about assumptions. All right, so your household, whether you're single or a couple living modestly but comfortably, okay, so your income sources could be Social Security. Let's say your Social Security is $2,500 a month, plus your pension. You retired and you have a pension, you have a 401k, or you have an IRA, or you have some other methods that you're saving your additional funds. And so for $2,500 coming out of your Social Security, plus your 1,000 that you're drawing down from your pension, that's $3,500 a month. All right. And so that's your income sources. You might have additional sources. You might have a part-time job where you're adding more revenue to your income, or you might have a side hustle where you're adding additional income. You might be selling baked goods every Wednesday at the food market, or you might be doing crocheting and selling items online. Whatever it is, you add that to your expenses. Now, location is key, all right? Because affordable expat friendly countries, there are several, and there are some with mid range costs of living. There are all kinds of videos, all kinds of YouTube videos that are available for you to find a country that you might be interested in. There are YouTube videos that talk about the top 10 countries that require less than $1,200 a month. There are also YouTube videos like my guy, Cornelius, who does Move Abroad and Thrive. And there are several others who have YouTube channels like Stephanie Perry. But mostly Stephanie Perry is addressing younger women, or younger women and men, but mostly younger women. My niche is retirees, also 55 and up. 55 to 65 is the generation that is thinking about retiring. They're still working. And then the 65 and up are the ones who have put in their time, and they're either so close, a year from retirement, or they've already retired. And so some may be already living in Portugal. There are some in Spain. There are some in Costa Rica. There are a lot in Panama. But wherever you decide to go, you need to have a budget. All right. And so you can use websites like Nubio. I'll put a link in the video on YouTube where you can compare pricing, the expenses for living in various countries. You could even do a comparison, like compare Costa Rica with Panama, and it will break it down by every expense budget item that you would need. So let's talk about some of these expense budget items: housing, rent. You could pay anywhere from $800 to $1,200 a month. This is modest, right? For a 1 or 2 bedroom in a safe expat area. All right. Now, sometimes uh, people say, well, you can get an apartment for $500 a month. Now, think about that. If you're considering moving to another country and you see a video where they say you can get an apartment for $500 a month, understand that that may be true, but what is the neighborhood like? What is the environment? What does the apartment look like? What are the amenities that come with that $500 a month apartment? And so I would say at least a maximum of $1,200 a month for rent. Because even if you do Airbnb, right? If you do Airbnb for a modest, nice place, you're going to pay that much for Airbnb. So between $800 to $1,200 a month, depending upon the country that you or the area you want to move in. Utilities, modestly $150 to $250 a month. Now, I know for me, my electric bill here in my apartment in Merida, Mexico, I paid my electric bill every 2 months. And the last bill, which was a high bill, relatively speaking, was 100 pesos, which broken down is $50. Well, actually, no, it was actually $50 a month in US dollars. And so that's about $1,000, 1,000 pesos, I believe, because you add the zero. So 500 plus 500 is 1,000 pesos, about $50 a month. And that was because it was hot during May and June. I'm now in the month of July, and I've kind of cut back on use of the electricity. My apartment comes with water and also maid service, and so there are some things you could save on, but at your utilities, which include electric, water, internet. I get internet included in my rent, and a mobile plan. Now, my rent is only $750 a month, but it includes internet and water. Now, my mobile plan here in Mexico, you can continue to use AT&T. If you have AT&T, you can use AT&T. Now, what I did before I left the United States was I paid off the installation plan for all of my mobile devices, my iPhone, my watch, and my iPad. I just paid it off. So the only thing I'm paying for right now is data. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to leave and move to another country and have a whole bunch of bills that you're dragging along with you. And so you prep for this, you plan for it, and you pay off some things so that you can have that extra money within your budget. Groceries, $300 to $500 a month. Now, I might spend that much. I go to the market and I get my fresh fruits and vegetables, the macada, or I can go to the import specialty store, where here in Merida, I go to Chedraui. There's also Super IKEA, but I like Chedraui better than Super IKEA. The vegetables and the fruits are much better at Chedraui. Okay. Also, healthcare. Healthcare. I continue to have my Medicare Part B, so that when I go back to the United States, which I went back to the United States maybe about a month ago to get my physical with my family doctor, and I let my Medicare pay for that. Okay, so I kept my Medicare. But you can also get private insurance as a traveling expat. The cost to visit the doctor, even if you don't have private insurance, the cost to visit the doctor is not that much. I went to Oaxaca and I had a situation where I got very, very sick. And I have a family doctor here in Merida. And I sent him a text message on WhatsApp and I said, "Look here, doc, I am really, really, really sick and I don't know what to do. I've tried everything in my travel medicine box and it's not working." He texted me 3 different medicines that I needed to get from the pharmacy. And for 3 days, I was able to take that medicine and feel 88% better by the time I got ready to come back to Merida. But I've established that a relationship with my family doctor here in Merida. And it's very important that you have some type of insurance or the ability to be able to pay for office visit. I think his office visits are like $25 for an office visit, for $50 for an office visit. So healthcare, budgeting for your healthcare is important. Transportation, budget for at least $100 to $200 a month, whether that's public transit, taxis, or if you decide you want to rent a car. Because most expats are not driving from the United States to Mexico in their car. A lot of them are, but most of them either they sell their car or they save their car, give it to a family member or something. I sold my car before I moved to Mexico. But here, where I live, Uber is not that expensive. I can pay $7 to go, what, 10 miles, 15 miles, $7. And then the tip is 5, 10, 15, 20%. And here in Merida, they do not take US dollars. It's all in pesos. It's in pesos. And so when you convert the pesos, like if it's 50 pesos to go 12 minutes away, that's $2.50 when you do the conversion. Okay. Now, dining and entertainment, $200 to $400 a month for eating out, for hobbies. Like I take a dance class on Thursdays, and that's 10 pesos per class, which is $5, or other leisure activities. Like when I went to Kokomo Beach last week, it was, I think, I paid $35 in US dollars after I converted it from the pesos, about 600 pesos. Okay. And so there's all kinds of activities and outings and things that you can do here in Mexico. And as you travel to other countries, you will find there are other activities, outings, tours, um, restaurants, bars, nightclubs. And so you need to budget for that. But for most retirees, our budget is going to be a little less than some of the young people. Okay. $100 to $300 for travel and visa fees. So you might decide you want to go visit a regional area in the country that you are staying in, or you might want to take an occasional trip back home. Now, $100 to $300, that's very, very modest. That's more or less if you're going to rent a car and maybe drive to a regional area. But to travel back home, it costs a lot more than that, because you've got to pay for your airline ticket. You've got to pay for your transportation. If you don't have family or that you didn't leave a home back in your home state, then you either have to get a hotel or an Airbnb. So I would kick that part of the budget up a little bit. Now, miscellaneous, $200 to $400 a month. That's for clothing and household items, or even gifts. If you decide you want to send something back from the country that you're in to your grandchildren or to your friend, to your sister, to your aunt, to your grandma, you need to budget for that. Okay. It's not a willy-nilly expense that you just pay off the top of your head just because you're out. No, you need to budget so that you can remain financially stable while you're traveling. Also, an emergency fund. You need to set aside some money in a separate account somewhere for an emergency. $200 to $500 a month, a savings buffer for unexpected expenses. Anything can happen as you're traveling, and so you need to have that emergency fund. So your total monthly expenses adjusted based on location and your lifestyle could be anywhere from $2,450 to $4,150. Now that 4,000 $150. That's high end. Okay. You living large. Okay. Now, the key budgeting tips for retirees moving abroad. Number one, research cost of living. Use sites, like I said, like Nubio or expat forums on Facebook to compare prices in your target country. Also, go on out to YouTube and search for retirees, best places for retirees to move, and you will find all kinds of videos out there. Number two, factor in health care. Some countries offer affordable care, but private insurance may be needed as well. I know people talk about um, public health care where they go to the clinic, and that might not be the thing that you're interested in. So research um, travel insurance or retiree expat insurance to get an idea of how much it's going to cost per month so that you can add that to your visa. Account for visa fees. Some nations require proof of income. Portugal's D7 visa is $1,200 per month. That was as of today's research. There is a YouTube channel that talks about Portugal, and so you can go out there and get some more up-to-date information or do a quick search, a Google search to find out, but it's $1,200 a month. Now, at one time, Mexico's um, monthly proof of income was $1,500. Then it was $1,600. They changed that to $4,600 a month. And depending upon the consulate that you go to in the United States, you might be able to find one that requires less. It might be $3,600 a month, or it might be even more. It just depends on what Mexican consulate you go to in the United States. Okay. Now, start with a trial stay. Rent short term before committing to avoid costly mistakes. Yes, that's very, very important. Pick the country that you want to go to, get you an Airbnb, stay for a couple of weeks or a month or 2 months. Check out the environment, check out the area, check out the cost of living. Are you doing well with your expenses? How much does it cost to purchase properties? What are the requirements for retirees, for expats to purchase property? So, yeah, go someplace and stay for a minute, a hot minute, and determine whether or not that's someplace that you really, really want to live. Track currency exchange. Number 5. Mexico's currency exchange at one time was $1 for every 20 pesos. That can fluctuate. It could be $1 to every 18 pesos, or $1 to every 15 pesos, or $1 to every 22 pesos. And so there's all kinds of currency converter websites that you can go and look at the current rate, but you want the best rate for your dollars. Again, number 6 is maximize debt. And I talked about that. You want to pay off high interest debts before moving to reduce your monthly budgets. That could be your credit card, or that could be any type of leasing. Did you lease an automobile? Do you have mobile devices that you lease, like your iPhone? Are you leasing your iPhone? Go ahead and pay that off. It might sting out of your budget for a minute, but as you continue to do tip number one, and that's to save every time you get paid or every time you get your Social Security check, put a little bit of money aside. So my final thought for this video is that where is my final thought? My final thought is that living abroad can be more affordable than retiring in the U.S. And just look at the cost for getting one individual implant. $3,000 to $6,000 compared to $500. So yeah, living in the United States as a retiree can be very expensive. But budgeting is crucial, especially on a fixed income. You've got fixed expenses where you pay that religiously every month, and you have some flexible expenses that like entertainment and dining out. But you need to adjust your budget based on your destination, your lifestyle, and your financial cushion. How much money do you have? Will you be able to afford it? And so that is Money Monday for today, July the 7th, 2025. It is creating a budget for retirement abroad, ages 55 to 65 and up. All right. So now next week my next video is going to be about how to access your U.S. pension and Social Security while living overseas. Okay. Thank you so much for my followers. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking. And we'll see you next time. Peace out.